Thank you for tuning to Anime Radio. Today I'm going to be reviewing a more controversial anime called Seven Deadly Sins. Now, I've decided to review this anime because of the new season, 4th season, which hasn't really been appreciated so much for obvious reasons. In any case, let's start. First of all, Seven Deadly Sins is a fantasy adventure anime. It currently has 4 seasons, which length varies from 3 episodes to 25, so it isn't very balanced on that factor. The author, Nakaba Suzuki, has made other popular mangas like Boku to Kimi no Aida ni and Rising Impact, both of which I've never heard of. First of all, in Seven Deadly Sins we see 7 main protagonists, obviously. These characters are considered villains of sorts, for the first part at least of the anime, having murdered the king. They all have different types of abilities and strengths, which makes them different from each other. For example, one is invincible, and one is a giant, which makes her strong, and etc. The particular thing is that they have an important role that changes between the arc drastically. I won't go too in depth to avoid any spoilers, but we do have one main character, or one main character, which is Meliodas. Now, the particular thing about this character is that we as the audience are never able to listen to what he thinks, which can be quite frustrating at times. This is a problem that other sins have as well, in particular Bon, which is the invincible sin. This is done most likely because we see him act in a different way to what he actually thinks. So to not spoil the plot right away, the authors avoid making us hear his thoughts. He has an important relationship with an important girl called Elizabeth. By the way, quick note, if you want to watch this anime, I suggest you watch the subbed version, because her voice can get quite annoying at times in the English version. Anyway, as I was saying, these characters have a strong connection, which is actually a weird thing because we see them meeting for the first time, quote unquote, in the first episode, and just a couple of episodes later they are very connected, seeing her helping Meliodas on the emotional side after he shows himself to her. I do have something to say though, and it's the fact that sometimes you don't really see this strong bond, because when Meliodas is around her most of the time, he always shows his perverted side / creep side, and he does certain things that shouldn't be done, especially in public. Apart from this relationship, there's also another important relationship between him and Bon. Now, this is a more intricate relation since they act as friends on the outside, and they are friends, but because of several things happening or that have happened in their life, well, let's say that you can see this, or it reflects in their relationship. In fact, we see them fighting each other, even though sometimes it's with intent, but sometimes also just to have fun, since they are friends after all. There are obviously other important relationships in this anime, but I didn't want to go too in depth. This is the general description of the anime, passing on to my opinion. At first, when I saw this anime, the first thing that excited me was the fact that the protagonists were OP, or at least they were at the start. This gives them kind of a head start, but obviously they need to be all together to have the total strength, let's say. This is why in the first part of the anime, they aren't all together, they're all separated, and they strive to, let's say, have a reunion. I think this was a smart play on the author's side, because even though he made his characters, well, quite strong, he still was able to make it so it wouldn't be easy to beat every opponent they faced, even making them fight against each other at times. Obviously, as the story progresses, they meet stronger and stronger opponents, but they themselves become stronger. This isn't the only factor that I loved about this anime, And other factors were like the power level or system, which is well, kind of ripped off of Dragon Ball, but in this way we are able to see and admire the strength of foes and quote-unquote heroes. For example, Meliodas, well, Meliodas' pig has a power level of 20/30. I don't remember perfectly, but I do remember that Meliodas has a power level of around 3000. This power level is a sum of 3 main factors, which are magic, strength, and spirit. Another small thing which is interesting is the fact that the 7 deadly sins are of all of different races, ranging from humans to giants to elves, etc. And even though there is this difference, this doesn't affect at all their bond. This is a cool thing to add, especially in a world where there are a lot of races. I think we could take advice from this factor. In any case, after having said all of the good things about this anime, let's switch it up and talk about the, let's say, less good things about the anime, in particular season 4. Now you may be asking, why is the season so bad? Well, actually no one's asking that. As you may already know if you've seen the new season, and if you haven't, you can just look at my thumbnail, and yeah, that's literally the art style or some scenes that are literally in the actual anime. Well, this part of the show was very poorly made, ranging from a below average art and animation up to a bad voice acting and storytelling. This is shown in the fight scenes especially. One in particular, I won't go in depth because of spoilers, but what I'm going to say is that I was quite frustrated when I first saw it, because I've seen this fight in the manga and it was so exciting, and I was so excited to see it finally on the big screen, but my excitedness, let's say, stopped really quickly. Anyway, this is the biggest flaw about the anime for me personally, and I think for most people as well. Although this does make me remember another anime which had a wonderful, or even more, first season and then completely flopped on the second. I'm able to say this with all of the people that have read the manga of both of these animes, that it was very annoying to see something like this being associated to anime/mangas like, well, 7 Deadly Sins and obviously One Punch Man, especially in the fight scenes. Now that I've got that off my chest, I'd like to say that 7 Deadly Sins is a good anime, so I still suggest you watch it. After the 3rd season though, I suggest you either don't take the 4th season seriously, or you just read the goddamn manga. In any case, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Check out other similar videos we've made on our channel, and if you like what you see, subscribe. And if you want, like as well while you're at it. That's all. Thank you for tuning into Anime Radio, and we hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.